All right, so you know this. So no, this was not personal. So you guys don't have to brace yourself. We're not doing nothing personal. So we're gonna go ahead and just let this one rock.
All right.
Hey, Joyce.
Stan and T-Bomb, there is an older man who attends the same church as my wife who always flirts with her. He is probably about 75, 80 years old, and my wife is in her 40s. The older man at her church is always talking about wanting to be her sugar daddy or openly flirting with her in whatever way he feels like it on any given day. I explained to my wife that I don't like it and it is disrespectful. She said, he's an old man and he is harmless. It's not a big deal. I've told her repeatedly that it is a big deal to me and that I don't like it. I don't care how old the man is. He shouldn't be flirting with my wife, and it is disrespectful for him to do it and disrespectful of my wife to brush off my feelings in this way. I feel like she should nip it in the bud. She feels like I have trust issues. She explained that if I trust her 100%, then why does an old man at church flirting with her matter? It's not about trust to me because I do trust her. I just feel that it's disrespectful for this man to be flirting with her, and it's pissing me off that my wife is okay with it even after I've told her how it makes me feel. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Hmm. So this is a church member, a church member.
An older
Um,
man, yeah.
and they at church and he's flirting with her. Okay. So
Or at church functions or
yeah,
wherever, yeah.
I get
But
it.
he attends her church.
Okay. So that's tough because on one hand, I say I kind of agree with her when I say it's harmless. On one hand, right? Because he's an elder. Um, but I guess what I really would feel about it is how does he feel, right? This is your mate. This old guy's not her mate. So at the end of the day, I would say if it makes him feel away, then I would not put him in the position to have to say something if I were her. I would just kindly say, I like you. You're a great man, and whatever how she feel about him. But, my husband is getting a little antsy about you flirting with me, the way you do, and so I know it's harmless, but it makes him feel a way. So I kind of would appreciate it if you would kind of tone that down, if you could, because it's kind of creating a disturbance in my house, right? And he's a church man, and he's an elder, so he shouldn't be so hot in the drawers that he can't go sit down. I mean, I know a lot of older men get a little flirty because they old and they know they can't do a damn thing. But at the end of the day, though, his Viagra's still working and his Cialis still working. So hey, he still got a what's it called? So at the end of the day, some young women do go for that kind of stuff. What's going on, Hope? A lot of these people go for that kind of stuff. So it could turn into something because that's what a sugar daddy looks like, right? Doesn't mean that they having sex. But a sugar daddy is a person who will come in and give gifts and slide a little money on the side and fill your pockets up just to see how far he can take it. And so instead of even inviting that into that space, maybe she should respect him, even if it doesn't make her feel away, maybe, you know,
Um,
without being hurtful to the old head, and just be like, look here, pops, you my guy, and woo woo woo. She can even make light of it, and you handsome too, and woo woo woo. But I have a
but
husband. I have
she
a
could say,
husband.
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
mean
you
to
go
interrupt.
ahead.
No,
Go
you.
ahead.
I want you to finish.
No, I was saying, but at the end of the day, she should respect his wishes, because ultimately she has a husband that lives with her in her house, and he doesn't, and so he has a house to go to that's not theirs. So he's going to go home at the end of the day after he causes ruckus by flirting and batting his eyes and acting a monkey. He going to go home, right? He's not going to be at their house. Well, those two going to be at that house. I always tell anybody who's married, just know that you guys gonna have a whole lot of people at the wedding, but only you two gonna be at the divorce proceeding. So at the end of the day, it's about you guys. It's about the two people that's engaged in that situation. If it's gonna be a lot of times when a woman might feel a way about something that could be harmless. But at the end of the day, how does it make your mate feel?
Okay, I I think two things. First thing is I agree. If your mate feels a way about something, whether you think it's stupid or not, just do it to keep the friction down. The problem that I'm having with just doing it is you feed into an obvious trust issue or insecurity, and then where does it end? Like you said, well, his Viagra still works and he could be somebody's sugar daddy. But my thing is with human beings is, at the end of the day, if you trust your mate, who cares how much Viagra he takes, how much he flirts, how much money he got? If she doesn't want him, what difference does it make how much he flirts? Like, so I would do it because I wouldn't want to hear my husband's mouth no more. But my thought process about it is that it's stupid. And I'm just being honest. I would go to the man at the church and be like, listen, you can't do that because I'm married to somebody who feels like it's disrespectful, and you just can't do that because it makes my husband feel away. And then the old man could be like, what? I don't mean no harm. I know you don't mean no harm. I told him you don't mean no harm. But he's stupid.
But no, you can't do that now. See, you can never do that. If you go to this man and said, I know you don't mean no harm, and he's stupid, now you're going against your damn house. Now you got to hush your mouth. You can't never call your man stupid to no nigga. So
Right, right,
I
right,
don't
right.
care if he's 12, 20, or
Right. So I
38 or
retract
78.
that. That wasn't the
You,
word
you,
that I
you don't
wanted to
ever
use.
go to another man and see, this is an elder that's out of pocket at the end of the day. This is a church going man, is an elder. He should have enough respect for the marriage, right? Is what I'm saying. So you can't go to your man, your elder, and say, "Don't he's stupid." No, he's not. He's married, and so yes, he's a little insecure. But for whatever reason, you still should respect it. I definitely wouldn't go to somebody and
No,
say,
I
"Well,
wouldn't. I would not
she's
say.
stupid.
I wouldn't
She
say
don't
that.
pay her. I mean, she acting dumb." No, 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 she's not. And if I feel that way, I ain't gonna tell this elder that. I
Right.
ain't gonna tell
No. So
her
again, I
that
wouldn't say
he's
that.
stupid. No,
I
your
wouldn't say
husband
that.
can't be called stupid
No.
because
I
you disrespecting your house now,
I
calling him
agree.
stupid. Nah, that's your husband. How he
Right.
stupid? Yeah,
I
nah,
agree.
he not stupid. And
I
so you have to
but
respect. So that's the respect thing. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you saying?
um my thought process about it is unchanged though. I would only go to the man at the church and tell him what my husband wants me to, because I'm trying to satisfy my husband's request, not because I agree with it and not because I think it makes sense. And I would probably take it a step further once I go and talk to the old man and get that squared away. I would probably go back and talk to the husband now and be like, there's an underlying issue here. I told him not to do it anymore because I wanted to satisfy, I don't want to go against you, but
Mm-hmm.
you need to fix something inside of you because it don't matter who, why does it matter who flirts with who if you know that your person is not going to do anything wrong?
I agree with that. I agree with that, and I do. That's a good answer. I do believe that is also some underlying. He has some trust issues, or he's an insecure man, right? But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, insecure or not, you still have an obligation to respect and honor your man. And so, honoring your man just means sometimes you may think some other things are dumb that he feels, but you got to respect his feelings. Those are his feelings. So sometimes your feelings may not line up with his feelings, but it don't make his dumb, right? It just means you don't agree with them, right? You
Right.
have a different perspective. You can't tell somebody he's dumb or he feels dumb because that makes that weakens your bond. You always have to be in a unity situation in your marriage to where ain't no he dumb, he this or that, or she dumb or she stupid. Hell nah, this my mate. I don't care how dumb I think she is. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna tell this goofball I think she's dumb. Nah, no, no, no. I'm not gonna say that because this is the person that I love. So I
Right.
can't say that they anything. And so that's something that I would tell my mate in the house. Well, I think this is dumb a little bit. Like, come on, this man about to be in 1 foot in the grave. Like, what he
I
gonna
know.
do,
Like,
right? But at the end of the day, it could be dumb, right? But you still owe something to your mate. That's how you stay in a bond because it's unbreakable when you do those things. That means no one can come between you guys, old, young, medium age. And so you don't give it a chance to materialize if you nip it in the bud. Because if you keep going after that, then he's really disrespecting your marriage, is what I'm saying. Even if he feels it's done, he still have to hear her, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's just my opinion as a man. I feel strongly about the respect, the honor, those type of things. So let's read some questions before we get too far down there and hear some opinions, should I say. You
It's
want
a
to read them? I can't
Hope
see.
said it's a respect thing. My husband wouldn't even have to tell me to nip it. I'ma handle it off the top.
Okay. Who said that? Hope?
Hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Hope. So, certain things in marriage may not be agreeable from one to another, right? A person that's married, the wife, the man could feel the same, the woman could feel the same way about something different. And the man could easily be like, oh, you just being emotional or you being whatever you might be being. But don't tell the person that she feels that way about, because ultimately it'll separate the bond. Nothing should separate the two of you. It's you two, right? Everything else is outside. Everything else is outside. And if it's not outside, then you allowing it to be inside, right? You don't go out and talk about your marriage to people. Da, 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 da. That's between you and the Lord and counselors. They don't supposed to be intervening, interjecting, or into nothing, because ain't none of their damn business. So at the end of the day, I feel that the obligation is between the two people that's married. That's what marriage looks like, a merge, my opinion. And so, to your credit, though, I do believe you hit a home run when you said it's an underlying issue somewhere, right?
It's
And
all,
so,
to me, in my opinion, there's always an underlying issue when that kind of stuff happens. Like you don't want old, like if I was we were still in a marriage and some old lady at the church, at the grocery store or whatever is always flirting with my man. Like, okay, if I'm with a man who I think might fuck a 80-year-old lady, then that's my problem. Like I don't, and if I don't think that he would do that, why do I care that she's flirting with him for the rest of her life?
well, I mean, it could, like you said, it's a difference of opinion. Like he could have been cheated on his past or whatever. I don't know, but I do know that some older people are overbearing, right? They take it too far. And so, you do have to respect people's space in their marriage, no matter what age you are. That don't come with an age, in my opinion. So if you older, you should have enough sense at that age. You live 80 some years old, you shouldn't be that slow to think you should be. There's a lot of single women you could flirt with, right? They could be young or whatever, but they could be single, and then you can feel free to do all of that every Sunday or Thursday or at the choir rehearsal, whatever. But this woman is married. And so you just don't give a damn about the husband at that point, and it's disrespectful. Like I told you, I was at a funeral. I can tell them. I'm gonna say this. I was at my aunt's funeral, right, in Baltimore. This was a long time ago. I was younger. And so my mother and my aunt that passed, rest in peace with my aunt, went to the same school. So it was an older gentleman at the school, at the funeral, that went to school with both of them. My aunt that was passed away and my mother. So this goofy walks up to me and starts talking to me about my mother. And he says, man, your mother sure was fine back in the day. And so I already braced myself because in my mind, I had two-pieced his ass right in the church, right? I swear, in my head. This is in my head. I didn't do it. And so because I'm in the church. So I said, and then he started to say, and then I said, hey, let me say this to you. Shut the hell up. Don't ever talk to me about my mother. This is my mother you talking to. Don't say nothing else about my mother because we're gonna have to move around. And so no, because see, it's no disrespect, but that's disrespectful. I'm a grown ass man. And so you talking to me about my mother, talking about how fine she is and what you want to do. I will wire your old ass jaw if you say one more syllable about my mother, you idiot. And so it's a level of disrespect. Do I think my mother would like him? Hell no. But his job not to come to me and tell me how fine she is and what he want to do. No, see, you should have been old enough and smart enough to know that that wasn't gonna work, goofy. And so he didn't, and so I did. So he know. And so I said, you say something else, but he had walked off because I guess he said, I'm sorry.
He
And
understood.
he made his head small, which means get the hell on. And
Right.
so, yeah, make your head small before I swell it up. Because you shouldn't be that dumb. We in church, dummy. And so what? And so this my mother. And so
Right.
even if I was 8 years old, I would kick you in your shin if you try to talk to my mother while we together. Because I thought that was disrespectful. I'm from the project. So Yeah, don't say shit to my mother. I will kick your shin because you know you little, you can't beat them, but you want to kick them and knock them down in your head or kick them in this something, kick them because
Right.
that's what we in the hood we learn to protect, and also everything stay in your house. My mother would train me. I don't care what going on in here. You better shut your whole ass up and don't say a syllable about what's going on in here. You shut up. Don't say nothing. This is private business. So I learned that as a child. And so it's certain things that I would feel no matter what the situation is. And so back on subject, I think that sometimes depending on how you raise, it's a respect thing. Like I said, I don't think that this old man would have got nowhere with my mother, but that's not the point. Don't come telling me how fine she is and what you want to do, dumb dumb. And so that's just my upbringing. Everybody may not feel that way. Some people will stand right
Everybody's
there.
different. Like Hope
Yeah.
on here. Again, she and I are different because she said on her comment, she said, I would have nipped something like that in the bud off the break. Me, on the other hand, I wouldn't have. If an old man is flirting with me, I wouldn't nip it in the bud unless my husband said he had an issue with it. And if he had an issue with it, then okay, I'll let the old man know, who don't mean nothing and don't stand a chance anyway. But if that bothers you, okay, I'm gonna go tell him. But it wouldn't click to me to do nothing about it because I don't look, my mind don't think like certain people. I don't, I just don't come from that. I come from what that is, old people doing that. That's what I come from. Old men and old women, old ladies. If I bring my boyfriend back in the day around any of my old aunties, they definitely going to be like, oh, or he packing, or all of this old inappropriate stuff is what old people do. And so I don't
Yeah,
pay
I
it no
get that. I
mind.
get
And
that. I get
so
that.
I would have never thought to nip that in the bud.
So this young man obviously don't come from that school of thought, and so he's made to feel away. I guess he looks at every man as a whole man, and he's grown, and so he feel threatened. I don't
But
know why.
even if he wasn't an old man, my point still stays the same. Even if he was a 40-some-year-old man, if he flirting with your wife, what's
Oh,
your
so now time out. Now see, that's where I don't agree with her. So let me just say this: if say he your age or younger, right?
yeah.
You not you personally. The woman is the same age as the person flirting. Let's just say in general,
Mm-hmm.
whoever, um, or younger. You see the one way you can keep a man out of prison is nowhere to draw a line. Women have an obligation to be front line to some of this buffoonery that we talking about. In other words, if a man is crossing the line, don't let him just stay across the line like it ain't no line and make the man have to crush his head. That's dumb. See, because we didn't have to get to that point. My other half could have said, hey, you being disrespectful. You do know I'm married, right? And then if he keep on going, see, he pushing the line. And so that's when the husband will have to get involved. You supposed to check it before he have to check it. Because
Right.
he check it different than you. When he check it, it's violent, right? Because I already would feel disrespected because he didn't even honor my other half.
Right.
So now you disrespecting both of us. Because he told your silly ass, don't do that. And
Right.
you talking about, yeah, he ain't nobody. He's soft or he this or he that. Well, see, now you're going to make him prove that that ain't true, right? You're gonna make them prove it because now see you're gonna have to get bond money and all this for me and all that. Well, not me in general, but the person. Because everybody not gonna take too kindly to their other half just letting men bombard you on their space. Like I always say, it's you guys' space. It's supposed to be a sacred space. It's the two people that keep it sacred. The two people have to keep that space sacred. It's an obligation. This ain't a free for all. Just everybody come holler at me. That
Right.
mean her ass for the street if she think like that. Oh, just come on through. You can talk to me. I don't mind. What the hell wrong with you? You should mind. You got a whole ass husband.
Right.
And so again, that thought pattern is we don't agree
I
on none
agree
of
with
that.
that. I agree
Because
with
there's
that
no
part.
damn way in the world that you should tell somebody your age it's cool to keep flirting with you, and you know damn well you got a whole situation.
No, no,
You
no.
out of pocket for that. See,
No,
you
I agree with
inviting
you.
trouble. You inviting trouble at that
No,
point. You inviting.
I agree with you on
You
that.
inviting trouble. Because guess what? He gonna take that invite. See, a man will see back in the day, it's not like I was a pimp or none, but if I was, it would be called reckless eyeballing for a woman to be staring up at a man. You know why? Because you choosing. And so you have to understand not to be choosy. That means you for the street when you don't know what the difference between respectful and honorable and choosy. You
Right.
shouldn't want that much damn attention that you will let a man of any manner just come up in your space knowing you married. You thirsty at that point. You just want attention. And so if you want attention and you want to be thirsty, then you for the street. You don't have to have no man. Because then
Right.
you can flirt with everybody you want to. But when you have a husband, you should know better. Talking about he could be any age and come up in your space. Why? You want your husband in prison? What
No,
would
no,
you do
no.
that
What
for?
I was trying to say was the mindset of a person that if it bothers him that a 75-year-old 80-year-old man is flirting with her, there's a it would still bother him. It won't, the age don't matter is what I was trying to say.
And
If
I
it was
think it does.
if it was a
See,
40-some-year-old man, he would still have the same issue with his wife, is what I'm saying.
oh, for sure. Oh, for
Right.
sure. But what I'm
But
saying is it's more valid if they close in age because now he actually has a chance in hell to be hit her. See, so for you to say it don't matter in age, it just means you don't understand the difference between an 85-year-old and a 40-year-old. It's a big difference. And so this 40-year-old, once you give him a crack in the door, he in your house or she in his,
right.
however that look. And so you can't crack no door. See, you supposed to shut that down. Be like, hey, 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 don't do that. You disrespecting me. I'm married. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What the hell wrong with you? And so if you don't do that, guess what? He got the green light.
Yeah.
He got the green light. So you can't give a man a green light because a man will take the light if it's red. So if it's green, he going to gas, no brakes.
Right.
And so now you got trouble in your house. You gonna make your husband defend that when he didn't even have to know about it. So say you at
Yeah.
the gym, right? And you got your sexy workout clothes on, and your whole ass is fat, and all this going on, right? Because you got a but no. So you at the gym and you hood and doing all this mess, and he standing behind you talking about, yeah, I'm gonna help you with your reps, and you like, okay, sure. If you don't,
No
so
married
your
woman should
husband
say,
should come and
okay,
hit y'all with a
sure.
dumbbell or something, right in your head.
No married lady should say, okay, sure to that. No.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you inviting them now, you saying it's okay because you see he's
No, I
flirting.
never
You,
said that that was okay. Ever. I've never said that that was okay. You cannot allow that. And you cannot, if you're a married lady, that's totally inappropriate.
okay,
Totally.
so maybe he's not doing that. Well, maybe he's saying, "Well, can I take you to lunch, or can I buy you a smoothie from Smoothie King, or can I, you know what I mean?"
And again, all of that should be a no, a hard no. You see, I'm married. Well, you're supposed to be
But
like,
but
that's what I
you
used to do all the time.
But you said it wasn't no boundaries for the 40 or the 80. It's the same treatment. And I think you inviting trouble. Like I said, you have to be the front line for your marriage. Any woman that's married, don't put your man under duress. It's a lot of things that could be nipped in the bud safely, right? You don't have to go to no violence. You don't have to be setting your man up. You will set your man up by letting somebody flirt with you too long. If
Right.
you open up them type of gates, then you're not a gatekeeper. And as a married person, you have to be a gatekeeper. You have to say thank you, but not thank you for the compliment. But go ahead, make your head small. That means go take your ass on down there and don't keep on in my face grinning and cheesing and shit because I'm married. Go the hell on now because you disrespecting me. And then my
Right.
husband walk in and see you, he gonna knock your ass
It's gonna
out.
be a
So
problem.
so don't even put me in a position to act like I wasn't trying to tell you go ahead. I
Right.
begged you to go ahead. Go ahead for real. Go. And so then after that is on him. Don't let it be on you. Don't ever let it be on you. It's your house. Always remember,
Right.
everybody at the wedding, ain't nobody but you and that nigga at the divorce proceeding. That's it. You and the person say, I don't. That's it. That's the only two people shows up. Your
Yeah.
family, your friends, all the people that you run to and all that, they ass don't show up to nowhere over there. They go to their married house. They don't come to your divorce proceeding. And so that's why you have to be particular about protecting your divorce, your situation. If you
Hmm.
honor a man, you'll protect it at all costs. If you honor a man, y'all, then you protect him at all costs. That's the same he has to do for you. At all costs, he got to protect that neck. He got to make sure ain't nobody playing with you. He got to make sure that ain't nobody being over the line. He got to make sure that's his job. That's a part of his, in my opinion, as a man. That's what I would think. And
Right.
so I just don't believe in letting nothing come between two people that has a union. If you do, then you don't know how to have a union. In my opinion. I'm old school and I'm 57 years old. I was raised a certain way and I was raised by some whole gangsters. So I have some gangster principles. I do get that, right? Because everybody not gonna bust your head. I'm sorry, I'm still working, Lord. I'm gonna pray like David before I do it. I will. I say, Lord, I'm about to bust his damn head. So help me. Give me some outplan. Give me a ram in the bush, cause he gonna be the ram in the bush. I ain't lying. Somebody gotta help me. I'm David. I'm not Jesus, by the way. I swear I'm David. So yeah. I will pray. Lord, help me not to. I swear, Lord, cause as sure as David and you, the God of Israel, and Yahweh is you. I'm gonna choke the snot out of this Negro if he say one more syllable, Lord, and you know I will. So help me, cause you know who I am, Lord. That's how we talk. I say, help me today, right now, cause if not, I'm gonna help myself. So
Right.
you remember when I was in the street? You know what I said? Lord, give me a way out, or forgive me for being lawless. That was my basic prayer. Help me not to sell dope, Lord. Because if you don't, I'm going to sell the hell out of this dope because I don't have no hope. I was lost and stuck. So, young man, ask the Lord for a way out. And so you're going to do that because that's what I would do. So I pray about everything. And so I would have to pray, but then I'm going to go. If he don't disappear by the time I get outside, then we're gonna be we're gonna lock it down. And so I would say, don't ever put your man in a position to have to be in that position because
Right.
it's a simple conversation. It's an easy conversation. Come on, sir. Don't disrespect my household. I'm happily married and I don't need no trouble. So please don't keep breathing down my throat. And
Right.
then he would get the point and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't realize you was married, or I'm sorry, ma'am. Have a nice day. I just wanted you to know you're cute. Or
Right.
whatever the hell. And then he shouldn't move around though. He shouldn't keep on jumping out the box like Jack in the Box. I'm like, hey, cutie, and hey, baby, and nigga, nah. See, go ahead, cause you trying to see if she loose. Cause some women loose.
Right.
So enough flirting and her house ain't right, then she gonna go.
Right.
Yeah, and a nigga that's a predator can smell it on you.
Yeah.
Just like a dog can smell fear, a predator can smell, the box,
Right.
loose box. He can smell a loose ass
The
box.
loose ones. Right. So
And
yeah,
so let's get some comments read, cause like I said, I can't see nobody.
I don't. I mean, it's. I read the ones. Everybody's
Okay.
watching. It's a lot of people on here.
Y'all give us
I
some comments now. We want to know what y'all think. Like I done ran my mouth
There's
enough.
no comments. I love you, brother Stan and sister Terry. Blessings and protection in Yeshua's name.
That's right.
Um,
In Yeshua's name, I like that. Who said that? That's what's happening. In Yah's name, let's rock.
Men have tried to talk to me when my husband and I hang out. It doesn't bother him because he already know where my loyalty is. Exactly.
And so and I like that because see, every man is different. So he's securing himself and he don't feel no way. And as long as he don't feel no way and she don't feel no way,
I love that. Nicole Parker said that. That's grown up stuff. That's the way it's supposed to be, right there.
but you can't say that because everybody got different emotions and feelings though. So we are like everybody not built the same way. So yeah, in all probability, that sound good, but every man not built the same.
Right. But I said that's the way. I think that that's great.
Yeah, I
That's
think
all.
that's great. I think that two people should be secure, but it is a thin line between secure and disrespect, though. It is. It's a thin line. In my mind, it is. But I do like that answer because I think that if two people can know that each other's respectful and ain't nobody gonna let nobody come in between nothing, then they probably shouldn't have no insecurities. True.
Correct.
So what
Um,
happens? Go ahead.
I'm just scrolling up for more comments. Go ahead.
Why are you doing that? What happens when that person allows this person to keep flirting and they keep going until they take it too far? Because they don't stop by themselves. They don't just say, "Well, I'm gonna stop flirting Tuesday."
Dawn said, I agree with you, Stan. As a woman, we should check it like it's a matter of respect. Why Stan sound like my husband right now? We celebrated
There
31 years of marriage.
you go. Salute to that, man. That's dope. How many years you said?
31.
Ooh, that's I
Hope
ain't. That
Hope
don't
said,
happen
I
much
don't think
these days.
my Hope said,
Hearts
I
up for
don't think
you. Hearts up for her.
Hope said, I don't think my husband would think the man have a chance after a couple flirting remarks. It's just time to stop the remarks.
So, Hope, would you stop the remarks or would you wait for your husband to
She
stop the
said she
remarks?
would. Her
She
first
would stop.
comment was she said she would not nip it in the bud. Mm-hmm.
She would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing though. Just to keep the respect going in my head. In my head, it's always about the respect for your mate. That's how you honor your mate. Show them the ultimate respect. Even when you think they're a little out of pocket, you still should respect them enough to say, "Well, baby, I think you're being a little insecure though, for real. This he 102 and his penis don't even get hard. Like, knock it off. Viagra don't work. He stopped working 10 years ago, on this nigga. And so, what are you gonna do?
Right.
And so, come on, I love you, and I ain't get ready. So you can smooth it over real good, and I love you, and whoop whoop whoop, and then do something special for him real quick. And then he be like, "You right, baby. I don't care. Talk to whoever you want to. What the hell?" But you do have to make that man feel a way, like he don't have a reason to be insecure in the work.
Right.
Maybe something happened early in their relationship. Maybe she humped on the 62-year-old. Who knows? Like, maybe something happened. I don't know.
Doubt it. I doubt it.
How
It's
you
just
know?
some people are just wired. So I've learned as I'm growing and learning, some people are wired to care about certain things and others don't. And that's just really, and
That is true.
it's based on people's background and their emotional intelligence. I'm learning a lot about emotional intelligence. And if it's high, you can be like mostly everything if but
Yeah, but
everybody is
so
at different levels.
so I agree with that to an extent. I just believe in all situations it should be a line that you shouldn't be able to cross in your
Right.
situation. It should be an imaginary line in your marriage or your girlfriend, boyfriend. If you don't take your ass cross there, because that's a violation. You can stay over this side. Don't go too over there. It's just like if somebody approach you to be violent. They can talk from a distance and boop, 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 boop. They can't come right there. Now it's a threat. You see? And
Mm-hmm.
so if you stop it before it get here, it ain't no threat. Once they get in that space, they violating. It's a space, you know.
Anthony Gant says, "Thank you for this platform, y'all. I'm learning a lot because I've never been married."
What's up, gang? What's good with
Mm-hmm.
it? ATL in the building by way of DC, of course.
Yeah.
My God, salute. Hey, so again, I'm opinionated as a man. I have a strong opinion about manhood because I grew up under the respect rule. I was raised by some G's, just to be honest with you. And that's the one thing that we was taught. Don't go for disrespect. So now with emotional intelligence, it's a longer distance before you get to that level of disrespect because you have a little bit more emotional intelligence. When you're young, you know, it get wild.
But again, like you just said, you was raised differently on the streets. I have learned, street code is way different from country people code. I was raised under
Well,
country people.
wait.
No, I'm serious.
Explain.
Because I
Explain.
was raised under country people code. Country people code is different. My mother used to make plates for Mr. Ralph, Mr. Earl, and if she didn't make their plates because they didn't have women, and she didn't make their plates, my daddy would be like, "Did you fix Earl something? Because he gonna be hungry." So I grew up under a realm of if they friends, everybody friends, we family. I, it just it's just different, and I have learned that men that are raised in the streets or been in the streets, it's a different code that I'm just not used to because once I know that you friends with my husband, if my husband fuck with you, then you're my brother. We can fall asleep on the same couch. You're my brother at that point. I can fix you food. I can make sure you're good because you are family. And that's how I was raised. But I'm learning that different men that have different experiences, they process that as disrespect. And it's weird to me.
So to your point, this how different it is between us. I was raised by a gangster once again, and so one of the rules, like he had a wife when I was young, and they used to play cards and drink beer and act a fool at my uncle's house, right? So a lot of men would be over there because he played poker, right? You know that. And so she would fix his plate. And then she would make the announcement that the food is ready. And if you're hungry, get your ass up and go fix you a plate. It's available. Go wash your hands and have at it. I only fix my husband's plate. I ain't married to none of you monkeys. And so I don't want you to get no bright ideas. So he get the best treatment around here. It ain't equal. It ain't fair and equal treatment. Cause this man my husband's house. So I'm gonna go in there and fix his plate, and that means dinner ready. Cause he gonna eat first before you niggas. That's
Right.
one of the other rules.
That's
Eat the
that's a
first
good
one.
that's a good
Nobody
rule.
else in here gonna eat a damn thing before my husband.
That's a good
Okay? I
rule.
don't care if you are my homie or you the brother or your mother. I don't give a damn. My husband is gonna get the meal that I fix. And then you two, three, eight niggas can go in there and fix you a plate once you wash your hands and have at it. I don't have nothing to do with that because I did my job. I fixed my husband, played mine. Now I don't work for you niggas. That's not gonna work because that's too much. That's how I was raised. See the difference? So that's where it would be contentious because my upbringing says, "Why are you fixing another dude a plate?"
And
Like,
my upbringing is
nah,
totally different. My
he a
upbringing
grown ass
is
man.
that's the what you supposed to do.
Yeah,
So
it's one exception. If it's a big old cookout. See, so then you serving everybody and whoop de whoop de whoop and whoop de whoop de whoop. But other than that, if you don't get your ass up and wash your hands and fix a plate, what are you talking about? This is my wife, right? You might as well pat her on the ass when she come over here with your plate. Why don't you?
no, but don't
The
nobody
hell?
thinks like that when it's your like what like I guess I come from a world of when it's your friends.
You put too much trust in that friend word.
It's like what friend would you
It's a whole bunch
have
of
that
hard
would
penis friends. There's a whole bunch of hard penis friends in the world that will
and they
slide
should
on you.
like my
Let me
stance
just
is
tell
that
you.
if y'all if anybody is in a marriage or relationship, hear me now. If you are married to someone and you all really are into each other and you trust each other, if this person has friends that they consider their friends, you
Mhm.
should be able to treat them like family. I don't care if they have a penis. Your mind is not even on none of that. You don't even who cares they got a penis? It don't matter.
See, I've seen levels of different levels. Again, it's the background. That's all this is. Because let me
Yep.
show you. I come from the street. Everybody that know me already know that. So at the end of the day, I've seen best friends shoot each other in the head. Like I had a homie that we used to get down with, and we grew up with each other. Well, he slumped my man in the car for 2 bricks. See, so and I've seen for less betrayal, not just for bricks, not just for no drugs. I've seen betrayal over women. A dude grew up. I've seen brothers try to hump their brother girl. Like I've
See, I
seen all
don't
the.
come from none of that. And so maybe
You don't come
I've
from the
lived
street. You don't come
yeah.
from the street, and so
That's
in
why
the
I always be like,
streets,
what kind of people are you used to dealing? Like, what kind of people do y'all know? Like, but now I'm hearing
these
that.
people exist right before you right now, so they don't come in your face and be like, "Man, you know I'm gonna hump your man." No, they do little sneak stuff, and they gotta try him first to see where his ass at. And then if he take the bait, they cross a little bit more, cross a little bit more. They're still coming grinning your face. Hey, girl. Yeah, okay, girl. So I know you've seen movies about this, and so
Yeah.
this is movies is portrayal in real life. It's not just movies. These things always come from real life scenarios. Most movies. It's not just they just pull it out their ass. Stoners was because I 44 days clean today, y'all. So stoners was when I was a stoner and I made a stoner movie. I know about smoking. So I made a stoner movie. It's real life. It's
Right.
scenarios that happen to me and my homies all the time. And so at the end of the day, 44 days clean, y'all, today. So I say that to say,
Yay!
thank you. I say that to say, life mirrors itself to a reality state in the movies. It becomes so. You've seen was it Best Man with the girl Mia? He had humped the girl, wrote the book. What was that?
Yeah, but they didn't know
This
each other. They again, that was a
he knew.
situation.
Oh, go ahead.
That was a situation where he found out when they was about to get married. Oh damn, I did fuck her when we was in college. Yeah,
Did he
like
just say have sex with her? Have sex with her?
okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you would lighten it up a little bit. They know if you could.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, man. We can keep it a little decent. So at the end of the day, though, I hear you, right, and I get your point. But he also knew that that was his best man, and he could walk this Negro down the aisle. And so it's the time to come clean, though. Don't bury the hatchet with that. Don't leave this man in the blind. See again, that was an obligation. He supposed to say, hey, 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 you know, hey, hey, hey. You let me talk to you for a second, man. I know you love this girl. So if it was back in the day, it shouldn't matter. I'm gonna tell you the truth because I don't want nobody else to tell you this. I don't want you to find this out in the street or from this book that I'm writing because I'm damn sure gonna talk about it. So let me holler at you, son. I humped on Shorty when we was younger. I didn't know you. I ain't know nothing about you. And so I gotta let you know this because I don't want to. I'm a real friend, and I don't want to stab you in the back. And I know it might hurt a little bit, but it'll hurt worse if some girl run up to you in the street and say, "You know, they used to have sex back in the day," or some nigga that be hating run up and say, "You know, they." And so I'm gonna tell you because I'm your man. And so soon as I know y'all interacting, not the day of the wedding and all that, he supposed to got knocked out and dumped over the rail because you don't.
I don't agree with that.
You're gonna tell me when I'm about to be married to this girl, and you're gonna tell me this when I'm dressed up and ready. You stupid. We've been hanging out all this time, dum dum. You hand me the book, goofball. What are you doing? What kind of hell of friend are you? So you've been sneaking around, holding on to this, and both of y'all goofies know it. And she ain't told me a damn thing, and you ain't told me a damn thing. And this supposed to be my wife, and you supposed to be my right hand.
Because, like the wife said in
What?
the movie, it didn't matter anymore. So who cares? It don't matter.
It don't matter to her. I
It
guess it don't
shouldn't. It
matter. She the
shouldn't have
one that
mattered
slipped
to
the
him
coochie to him.
either.
I guess it don't matter to her. She been sliding coochie to him. I guess it don't matter to her, but it
So
matter to
let's.
him.
We got more comments coming in.
Okay,
Raven
what
said,
we talking about?
I understand both points that y'all made. I was raised both ways." Gail says, "I have to agree with Sister Terry. I lived in the country from birth until 7 years of age and lived in the city. And I am 61 and I moved, lived in different places. I really enjoy watching you and my brother and sister." So she really enjoys watching us. She was raised like me though, where you can be when your husband got friends, they're your brothers, and you treat them as such. You make sure they're comfortable. You need a blanket, what you need, because that's how I would do with Rodney, Yusef, any of them, and that's how I would view my husband's friends. No different than anything like that, and I would never my brain would never link with, oh, he has a penis. I don't care. So does my cousin Rodney or Yusuf. They all got penises. But they family. So we
Well, it's
don't, our
different when
minds
you.
don't go there.
It's a little different when you blood family and then you just a homie though.
But I'm just saying that's how I view a husband's friends. That's how I would view them though. Me.
And,
Because of
and
how
and
I
I
was
respect
raised.
that. I respect that though because ultimately that's the way it should be. No lie, it should be that way. You should be able to trust your friends, your family. Everybody should, of course, don't do nothing to provoke them. Don't come around with your boobs out or
No,
your
right.
nipples hard and your
No,
little
you
Nike
act
helmet.
like
Don't do
family.
that,
Like I
right?
would come around my cousins, like in my flannel pajamas or fully dressed. Like, yeah, it's family.
Right. So I agree to, if in a perfect world, I think that's exactly the way things should be. We in a different world today though. It's hard to trust people. It's hard to believe in people. It's hard to you like my grandmother just say, I don't trust a nigga far as I can throw him. And so that's because I've seen so much betrayal in my life, and so many people that say they rocking with you and they down with you, and then they show you they ass in another turn, depending on which way your life going. And I've seen these things multiple times, many days. And so not to say I wouldn't trust them around her, but it's like the feeding them and giving them place and all that. I just think that's a little much for me, and I get it. It should be that way. They shouldn't feel away if you do
Mhm.
that. They should be cool with it. All of that. I agree.
Yeah, it really should be that way. Like we family, and ain't nobody thinking nothing different. And that's why it's foreign to me when I learn about how people from the streets have a different code. Because I just be like, it's weird. But it's
Yeah,
not.
we do.
I'm gonna not
We
say it's weird anymore. I'm gonna just say
it's
it's
different.
extremely different, and I've learned that through my own challenges when I was in the marriage with you. Like things would just be foreign to me. I'm just like, huh?
So
Like,
just so let's make a. I'm gonna piggyback off the point, and I'm gonna use another scenario. If you are a woman that's super friendly and you grinning up in niggas' face all day and all that cheesing, a lot of men think you're flirting and they think it's okay to make a pass and do this and that. So it's a certain energy that you give to your mate, and then it's another energy that you give to your friends. It shouldn't be the same damn energy, right? Because
no,
now you don't make no difference between the two, and they could feel that, right? They feel how friendly and so in the street when I was young, this was one of the things that we knew if you can make her laugh, you can F her. This is what we knew. If you get her grinning and laughing at you can do something with her. And so she's choosing you. She just ain't gonna tell you she's choosing you. That means she likes you. And the other thing we knew is if she says, "Do you got any friends?" That means she likes you, right? You got any friends? She like you, right? That means she want to base her. If you got a friend that maybe be compatible to what she looking at, you,
right.
right? Like, so I was in a relationship before, and her girlfriend came up, right, from Florida, real talk, and I was dating a girl, and she was from L.A., and her girlfriend came to Maryland to meet her from Florida, and they called me on the phone, and she put her girlfriend on the phone, and her girlfriend said, "I need you to find me somebody," and woo woo woo. I said, "So, what kind of man are you looking for? Fat, tall, skinny, red, dark, bald head, bush braids?" She said, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. So I'm a little slow. So I'm like, look in the mirror. What? I said, oh shit. She mean like me.
Like you.
Look in the mirror, nigga. Where's your girlfriend? Put her back on the phone. Go get my girl. Go put her back on the phone. I need to talk to her. And so and so I actually had to push the line on this girl and tell on her because she wouldn't stop. On God, she would not stop. She wrote her name in my phone book at my house because she stayed at my apartment with this girl and wrote her information in. So what I'm saying is, instead of me letting it go so far, some dudes would have snuck and went with that and this and that, depending on where they at. But instead, I said, your friend, wow, like you got a wild girlfriend. Like your girlfriend is on something. Like you need to get her up away from around here because she tripping. She ain't your girlfriend. And so,
Yeah.
it's a
That's
again.
why I say experiences shape people and what they think and how, all of that. So I get it. I do.
So normally that doesn't happen, but I'm saying I'm showing you scenarios where everybody don't be faithful to their friend. Some people, and they went to high school together, and we were grown. We was past all of that. They went to high school in Florida together, right? And so they knew each other very well. She came to Maryland to do a commercial with her kids or some foolishness she had on, and her baby father lived in Maryland, all this other mess. So she was dropping off the kids, and they was gonna do a commercial shoot in Baltimore. So it was her, me, and this girl, and she did that. This her girlfriend. I don't even know this girl. I never seen her a day in my life. So I say that to say, these things happen because I experienced it, and so you can't just put all your trust in people that come around you. You can trust your mate, but at the end of the day, you can't stop other people from doing what they doing. She might not do it, but what about them?
They
How
can't do
you know?
nothing to your mate that is not allowed unless they get raped or something.
That's true. Good
And
point.
that's how I always feel. And nobody can do any, no matter how many guys flirt, no matter how many guys be like, oh, I think she might want to fuck. No matter what they might think in their mind, if you don't let them and you don't do that because you respect your situation, then it don't matter what they think. And
Raven
that's
said
how I
that's
feel.
true. Raven said that's true. I did see that comment, Raven.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't see
like it
much,
shouldn't
but it's all right.
matter. Like, oh, well, you gonna have these niggas thinking that you want to fuck. They can think whatever they want.
Well, they can't think what they want because they'll pursue what they think. That's the danger. If they think what they want, then they're gonna go after what they want. You got to get that thought out their ragged ass
And then
head.
if
That's
they
the
go
point.
after what they want and they get it, then they were supposed to get it because if they go after your woman and then she give it to them,
Yeah,
that
that's a good point. If she give it, but again, she could have nipped it in the bud. She could have nipped it in the bud, Stacey Norman. She could have just told him straight up front, look, don't do that. You disrespecting
right,
my husband. And if you say something else like that, I'm gonna tell him to beat your ass. Like you don't do that because I don't play that. That's my man. Don't play with him. Because you playing with me and him. Don't play with him.
right. I agree
That's
with
what
all of that.
I
I'm
would
just
expect
saying,
to
like
happen.
when it comes down to someone that your husband or your wife says, "This my man's, this my homie." After that, if you trust that person enough to be like, this my man's, this my homie, then that person at that point is family. So no matter what, it should never be, nothing should ever be thought other than that. Is
I
how I
agree.
was raised.
I agree, and it shouldn't unless that person show you something different. You shouldn't act no different. I agree with that. Like if they don't show you flirtatious or they don't cross no lines, I just don't believe you should fix them plates and go so far. They can fix themselves a plate. They're grown people. I don't believe that you should be there. That part. That's for you and your man. Some things are preserved for you and your situation, and that's just me being old school. Probably. That's just where I'm getting that from. That's old school. Well, that's my old school bringing it. Everybody again wasn't raised that way.
Everybody wasn't raised that
No,
way. And so that's what we have learned. So we've got about 4 minutes left. Do you have any closing remarks?
I don't. But just make sure that September 26th, you guys are locked into that Stoners movement, and you on Tubi and you streaming it, and it's free. You don't have to pay nothing. And you can go on Peacock and you can stream it, and it's free, and you don't have to pay nothing.
Run it
And
up.
yeah, I had another situation too that I was in negotiations with, but we're gonna stick to here for now. But just know the 26th of next month, you guys, stoners, 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 stoners. Please support. I appreciate you guys for rocking with Spotlight over the city. We will be back in a few months on the
Well, we
platform
got a
somewhere.
show next week, next Thursday,
Okay.
Eric Roberson.
Okay, you wanna make that announcement then?
On Thursday, next week, Thursday, you all live show at Mix and Mingle down in Clinton, Maryland. If you're in the DMV area and you'd like to come to the show next week, the 21st of August, we will be live at 7 o'clock with Eric Roberson, Mix and Mingle in Clinton, Maryland.
Yes, indeed. DC's own Eric Roberson, DC.